Hello, 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 everybody. Today is Tuesday. That's right, Transformation Tuesday. And I am here with you today to talk about how to create the life you want. Okay. So, how to create the life that you want. And I'm just sharing this to the pages. You guys know how I do. And we'll go from there. Let me share this over. All right, guys. I hope you're having a great week so far. Um, All right, so there we go. There we go. Let me make sure my volume is down. Y'all know I make the same mistakes every week, right? A mess. I make the same mistakes. Go ahead and hit the share button if you're joining me for the first time. I would love to know where you're joining me from. I would love to uh, know how your week is going. So today, yes, guys, go ahead and hit the share button. Again, if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Desiree Clay. I'm the Des of Des 360. I'm a master certified transformational coach, and I am a certified speaker, trainer, and coach for the John Maxwell team. And I am here every week. Every Tuesday, I'm here to just provide life tips, help you transform and live in the life that you want today and not later. Actually, the life that you want to live today is possible. And I don't know if you know that, but it is absolutely possible to have the life that you want. And so I like to stay on task, on target, and on time. So if you see me looking off, it's because I'm looking at my notes, guys, because I love to talk about what I'm talking about. And if I do not keep up with my notes, then I will be on here all night. And guess what? You guys want to hear me talk all night. You're only here for a certain amount of time. And so I want to make sure that that time is used wisely. Hey, Tanya, thank you for joining me. Ready, Red, thank you for joining me, guys. We're talking about living the life that you want to live today. So I'm going to give you a few more minutes to get going. Let me know where you're joining me from. If this is your first time joining me, let me know where you're joining from and let me know that you're a newbie. This is your first time joining me. And if you happen to be watching this replay later, then put hashtag replay for me. Hi, I see some people are joining me from Baton Rouge. Yes, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We were just there this past weekend, seeing some family, my husband and my family and I. So I'm going to get right to it, guys. So today is all about transforming your life and creating the life that you want. And the only way that you can create the life that you want is to think big and start small. And I know that sounds really cliche. I know you feel like, look, I don't want to start small. I just want to have it all and have it all right now. But let me just tell you, that is not going to work out. And if it does, please let me know what you did to make it work, because I have never seen anyone, no matter what their status is, achieve greatness overnight. Like, I've just never seen it. And so if you're able to achieve greatness overnight, please, 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 by all means, let me know so I can stop putting in all of this work. Okay, because I'm over here working relentlessly, time in and day out, and I'm still putting in work, and it hasn't happened yet. I'm not there yet. I haven't made the impact in the world that I want to make just yet. So here we go. The first thing I want you to do in order to transform your life and start living the life that you want is to just think about the life that you want, right? So not in terms of financial amounts, right? Because when we start talking about the life that we want, oftentimes what we do is we start saying, I want to be a millionaire. We start to quantify it based upon things, right? I want a big house. I want to have a 10-bedroom house, 5 bathroom, 20 garages, and I want a horse, right? Or maybe it's just me. I want a horse. I want a horse. I really do. Ask my husband. Um, and so the problem with that is, how do you know that you've actually achieved those things? And the problem with financial gain only now, it's nothing wrong. Let me tell you something. The Bible tells us that money answereth all things. And so I do want to be a million billionaire, quadruple billionaire. However, that's not all I want. I really want to make an impact in the world. And so how do I quantify that? What does that look like? This is the first tip, guys. You have to start imagining the life that you want. You have to craft a vision. You have to vision cast, if you will. And when you think about vision casting, it goes back to some basic principles, actually casting your vision. If you cast something, you're throwing it, you're projecting it, right? So I want you to start, even right now as I'm talking to you, start thinking about the life that you want to live. Are you working from 9 to 5? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you have a nanny at home with the kids? Do you are you a nurse? You save lives every day. Is your goal to empower youth? What does your life look like? The dream life that you want to have, what does that look like to you? And just think about it, right? So that's the first step. I want you to know that you have to do this because this is the foundation step. This is the step that is necessary for all other steps. Now remember, we're talking about thinking big but starting small, okay? I have never seen anyone eat an elephant in a day. And so you're not going to be able to eat an elephant in a day. So we have to break these things down to small, achievable steps. So the first thing is to know what you want. I have people coming to me say, I just want better. What does better look like for you? And I see people are joining me from Atlanta. Hey, Angel, thank you for joining me. Make sure you guys hit the share button. We're talking about creating the life that you want so that you can live the life you want right now. So you want better. What does better look like? Okay. So I can remember when I was a youth, and even in my book, I talk about wanting better more than I wanted to breathe, right? I really did. I grew up inner city Chicago, for those of you who don't know my story. And it was rough. It was rough. Life was not easy necessarily growing up. I put myself in a whole lot of situations that I didn't necessarily have to be in, but I did. And I take responsibility for that. But here's the thing. Watch this. I was able to circumvent those things because I started to vision cast. I started to really think about what it is that I wanted. And once I got clear picture of what I wanted, I was able to then act out those things, right? I was able to then go after those things. So this is the foundational steps. This helps you move through every other step a little bit easier. It makes everything else a little more clear. And it doesn't mean that whatever you're visualizing today is all that you want. It just means that in this moment, these are the things that I want. And as you progress, you'll find that your vision gets more and more clear, but you have to start somewhere. So that's the first step. The second thing is to get clear on your why. Now, this is a step that even, my background is in education and counseling, and I hear people all the time, people telling you that they want to, for example, people that have addictions, they want to, be healed and be delivered from addictions and no longer be addicted to their choice of drugs or alcoholism or behavior, right? Because addictions are bigger than just drugs and alcohol, right? But you want to do it for your son or for your daughter or for your husband or for your family, whatever. And that's great. That's admirable. They should be motivation, but they shouldn't be necessarily your own why. There needs to be something internal, something intrinsic that's going to keep you moving forward when you get demotivated, right? So an example of a why outside of those things that you could see, like your family and your friends and things like that, may be that you want to make a major impact in the world. My why for launching Des 360 is because I want, I believe that there are so many little girls, broken little girls inside the bodies of women, and nobody is saying anything about it. We grow up with, as women, we grow up with these broken girls inside of us, and I just believe that I want to make an impact so that I can help women heal from the inside out, and also so that girls won't have to go through the things that I went through. And if they're going through, to let them know that they can come out, that they're not stuck in their situation. So that's my bigger why, right? But of course, I have a daughter at home. I don't want my daughter to succumb to the temptations of life that I went through. I don't want my daughter to go through the things that I went through to make the bad decisions that I made, because let's just face it, I made some bad decisions. I made less than desirable decisions in my life. And I don't want my daughter to face those things. So that's a why. Another why is now my family, right? So my daughter came along and I was like, I got to change my life. Everything needs to change. And then now I have an entire family. I have 4 children and a husband. So if that's not a big enough why, I don't know what is. I'm giving you these examples because sometimes our why does not belong to us. Sometimes our why belongs to our parents. Sometimes we're trying to fulfill the dreams of our parents because they didn't get to fulfill it because of the sacrifices that they made, or because of the decisions they made, or because of lack of opportunities, right? And so sometimes you have to be careful. Social media will oftentimes tell you what you should have. Social media tells us that we should be living the everybody should be going to get plastic surgery. Our breast and body should look crazy and deformed because let's face it, a lot of those body jobs that are getting done look absolutely crazy. I'm not against cosmetic surgery. Do what you want to do. However, make sure you're getting a good job done if you're going to get it done. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there. If you're going to get it done, make sure it looks good. But social media puts this pressure on us that we should look a certain way and that we should show up a certain way. And, that's okay if those are the things you want, but don't let social media be the only reason why you're showing up the way that you're showing up. Okay. So be sure that you are doing exactly what you want to do. This is not your mother's dream for you. This is not your father's dream. This is not the family dream, the family business. Ensure that you are showing up the way that you want to show up in the world. So make sure you understand your why. Make sure the why is yours. Make sure that it belongs to you, okay? And then we're going to go on to the third one. So the first one is to create your vision and craft your vision, cast your vision. And then the second thing is to get clear on your why. Make sure that it belongs to you. Make sure it's something that you're passionate about. And then the third thing is, you guys knew I was going to get to this, create a plan. And I'm not talking about just get a piece of a notebook and you're going to just write it down. Oh, I'm going to just write down my notes. I'm going to write my plan down right here. Look, my child, he scribbled on my notebook. This is my baby artwork. Chase did that. But no, okay, so back to the point. Listen, you want to make sure that you're not just writing it down, but that you are being very clear and concise about your plan. What does your plan look like? Okay. Your plan is what stands between your what and your why. I'm going to say that again. Your plan is what stands between your what and your why. If you want something, you have to know why you want it, and then you have to figure out how to get there. Now, I'm not going to talk about how tonight because how will come later. Once you figure out your what and your why, the how will start to show up, okay? But you have to get certain things in alignment with other things in order to manifest some things in your life and start living the life that you want. So here you go. You have to figure out your plan. And I talk all about plans in my course. You can scroll back to some former videos and go to YouTube and check them out. I go into great details about planning. And planning is all about, yes, goal setting. In your plans, you have to set some clear and concise goals. And yes, I know this term has been thrown out a billion times over. You need your goals to be smart. Well, you do. You want these goals to be smart. And if you need to know more about SMART goals, hey, inbox me, okay? Inbox me, put it in the chat, and I can break down what SMART goals are. But you want to make sure that they are measurable, okay? They're specific, that they are actually achievable, that they are realistic, and they are time bound. Meaning that, if you're trying to I use this example all the time. You're trying to go to school for a 4-year degree. You've never taken any college credits at all, and you want to be finished in a year. No, that's not really achievable, and that's not going to work. So if you were my client, I would tell you we need to set a more realistic time frame in order to achieve what you want to achieve. Doesn't mean you can't get it. It just means that in a time frame that you've allocated, that's not realistic. Okay, and so this is a step which most people mess up. You guys, we only write down. Sometimes we get as far as writing down what we want, but we don't create the plan. How are you going to get there? And this is when thinking big, starting small really shows up, because you can have, the Bible tells us to ask for the moon. It's one of my favorite scriptures. Okay, ask for the moon. Be extravagant, ask for anything, right? However, that is by the might and the will of God, right? But if faith without works is dead. So you can want as big as you want, but you have to also put in the work. God is not going to just drop $1 billion in your lap or open up your brain and have you grow professionally and personally through osmosis. It's not going to work. You guys you're going to have to write down some clear and concise goals. You have to create a plan. And while you're creating a plan, let's go into step number 4, which is to develop a system. What is the system? You can have a plan all day, but if you don't have systems and protocols in place, I operate my entire life by systems and protocols, okay? Let me tell you, that's all I do. I create systems, I create protocols, and it makes life way easier. Yes, they may be stringent at times, but guess what? When things start to get challenging for me, when I'm having a rough day, when I'm off task, off target, and off time, then I can always go back to my systems that I put into place and get me back on track. Your system also includes your accountability partner or partners, right? So this accountability partner is someone that you're going to trust with yourself. In other words, you want to make sure that your accountability partner is going to hold you accountable for real, that you're going to allow them to be honest with you, that you're going to allow them to speak truth into your life. If they see you falling off, okay, then they should be able to come and say, hey, sis, man, you falling off. Hey, bro, man, you falling off, right? You shouldn't take it to heart that they're checking you or trying to put you in your place. I asked you to be my accountability partner. Now you trying to tell me? Yes, I am trying to tell you, because you asked me to come on this transformation journey with you. And let me just tell you, if you invite me on your journey, I'm going to hold you accountable. That's just the bottom line. And so if you have someone in your space that you want to be your accountability partner, but you don't want to tell them to tell you nothing, that's not the person to pick. I don't know who it is, but figure out who that accountability partner can be, or the team of people. If you work out, for example, you guys know I told you I was starting this new transformation. I'm gonna share some of that progress with you in a while. Maybe in a couple of weeks I'll share my progress. I've been getting it, girl. I've been getting it over here, But anyway, if you have a team of people around you, whatever that looks like for you, that's for you to decide. I'm just saying that you have to make sure that someone is going to be responsible for you, because guess what? One day you're going to get demotivated and you're going to want to quit. I'm going to say that again. You're going to want to quit. As you are progressing through your life transformation, as you are creating the goals that you want, quite naturally, your brain, your body, you're going to want to go back to what is comfortable, and that is completely normal. So don't beat yourself up. However, that's when you call your accountability partner. You say, you know what, I'm struggling today. I need some words of encouragement. I need you to tell me something. Write yourself a note. Here's what you could do. Write yourself a note while you're feeling good about what you want to do and while you're really focused, so that when you get demotivated and you lose focus, you can go back and read the note that you wrote to yourself and get remotivated again. Okay. And so the last thing is to allow yourself to fail. Failure is your friend. Failure means that you are getting outside of your comfort zone. Failure means that you are trying something that you've never tried before. Failure means that you have an opportunity to grow. Failure means that you have an opportunity to grow. Failure is opportunity to grow. I'm saying that 3 times because I want you to understand that failure does not mean that you are a failure. You are not what you are not your bad behaviors. You are not your mistakes, and you are also not your failures. It just means that you have to now try something different. You've tried this. Now you have, okay, now I know this doesn't work. Let me try this. Okay, you've tried that. Oh, that doesn't work. Let me try this. That's a great thing. However, make sure you are failing forward. When you fail, don't get stuck. Don't stop. You have to keep progressing forward. Quitting means that you tried and you realize that it's not gonna work, so you just quit. You don't stop anymore. Rest if you need to rest. Regroup, recalibrate, fix some things, switch some things, but don't quit. Fail forward, okay? Use those opportunities to move yourself forward in the direction in which you're trying to go. Remember, your what and your why should keep you going. If your what and your why is not keeping you going, you need to reassess that. Go back, ask yourself some deeper questions. What is it that I want and why do I want it? And keep asking until you get the correct answer. And then you have to also go into this whole situation. You have to go into this with boldness and courage. And what do I mean? You have to attack each one of your goals as if failure were not an option. Okay, you got to act as if it's impossible to fail. What would you do in your life if you knew it was impossible for you to fail? What would you do? How would you show up? I want you to start doing that now. I want you to start, because what happens is you can start rewiring your brain and shifting your mindset. When you show up a certain way, everything else has to come in alignment with it. Okay. So I want you to start showing up as if you already have won, if you have already reached your goals, and if you are as if you are already living the life that you want. Okay. And then the last thing I want to share with you is a quote that I got from one of my mentors on the John Maxwell team. And he said this, he said it like this, and it's real simple. You have to see success. You have to see it, okay, before you experience it, okay? And I like to add this. This is my take on that. You have to see it before you seize it. So it starts in your mind, guys. If you don't have the right mindset, hey, inbox me. I'm doing some coaching, guys. I got some groups going. I got, my own one-on-one coaching going. If you need some help in that space, let me tell you, because as long as your mind is stuck, you will be stuck. You're not going to go any further than your mind is going to take you. I don't care how bad you want it. I don't care how much you cry at night. I don't care how much you nag and complain about what you want and how you have all these missed opportunities. You stay stuck there if you want to, but you'll never live the life that you want. You'll never live the life that you desire. You'll never live the life that God has for you. The Bible tells us that God wants us to have, the Bible wants us to have life, and God wants us to have life and have it more abundantly. So what does that look like for you? What does abundance look like for you? That's for you to decide. But I just wanted to come to you tonight. It is Tuesday. It is Transformation Tuesday. And I hope there is one thing that I said that has transformed your life. If there was one thing that I said that helped you tonight, drop it in the comments. It doesn't have to be verbatim, but let me know that I'm making an impact so I can keep showing up motivated every week for you, because I've been going hard for you since January, guys. I'm so proud of myself. Yes, I'm raising a roof. If my daughter saw this, she would be embarrassed because she said I act like an old person raising a roof. That's old, but whatever. Okay. And so guess what? I had to get out of my comfort zone, guys. Every time I show up here every week, I'm stretching myself. I'm getting out of my comfort zone, but I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to perfect this. Guess what? Tonight, I'm using a different platform to come to you live. Why? Because I'm challenging myself with technology. I'm pushing myself. I want to be great. And if I want to be great, I have to let go of good. So here I am. I'm your transformation coach. I'm here every Tuesday for Transformation Tuesday. My name is Desiree Clay. I'm the Des of Des 360. Make sure you are following me on all social media outlets at Des 360 for weekly, daily tips. Okay. And also don't forget, you'll turn on the notifications so you'll know when I'm going live on this page. You don't want to miss it. Not one week. You don't want to miss it. I show up here. It doesn't matter where I am or where I'm going, who I'm with. I'm here every week. Every week I've not missed. I've shown up here sick. Yes, that's commitment. I've shown up here. So I want you to show up here too. I want to help you on your road to transformation. Why? Because you're worth it. Make sure you hit the share button, follow me on social media. Oh, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a blessed week, guys. Bye-bye.